What a trip! What a trip. This one, for everybody that was down there, this was it. I got to talk about my taxidermy. I got to meet some really cool guys at HoopNet. They're HoopNetters. Now, I never pissed off a HoopNetter, I hope. But I do go in your guys' groups and I do dominate. But I think you guys like my stuff because there's no real buttings of the heads of like a spear fisherman with tanks on and a free diver. So, we'll listen to that. Well, there's news at the Mitch house. Let's open a beer first. Hey, Bill, if you're watching this ever and you want to talk, I need to talk to you. We're a family of 5 now. You're saying there's no way you're having a kid. You're absolutely goddamn right. I would never want to do the sleepless nights and the baby changing and taking them to school and picking them up and going to those dumb parties. No, that wasn't my style. My style was just teaching my kids how to be cool. I did a pretty good job, I think. I don't know how cool they are right now, but that's on them. Now here's the cool part. Oh, I need to be able to see comments. We got to back up because I got to talk to people. We're having a family of 5. I'm getting a bulldog, our 3rd one. Now this one is just happenstance, however you say that. I had my breeder, great breeder. Love the ones we got. But life just took a turn for me, and the social media thing is taking a turn for me. And it's bringing me so much joy. So I'm happy to be a father of another bulldog. And we just watched them. They're not ready till March. The end of March or May or what are we in? I think the end of March. Doesn't matter. Me and my wife are going to discuss the pros and cons to a male and a female. We're going to figure out names. And we're going to view our future daughter or son on my buddy's Justin's webcam. Now, he doesn't have a webcam. I don't know why. The things are the cutest things in the world. There's no papers on them. I don't need papers on my dogs. I have papers if you'd like this, and nobody's ever asked me, let me see the papers of your bulldog. Because we're not here to breed them. Here's what I did with my son. As soon as he started humping something, hang on, I told Justin I'd show him. And listen, my show's going to go in a different route. I'm going to explain that in a minute. Those are my son's testicles. Share it out if you don't believe this is really happening. Because I got a story for you. Those are my son's testicles. I'm proud. Now, he can't go to the vet anymore because it's the vet's fault that they took him. He will bite any vet. He's not a biter. You take him to the vet, he doesn't like him. He remembered what they did to him. They took his manhood, not his nice dad that drove him there, and then asked the young lady in the parking lot that at 7 in the morning, hey, I'm going to ask you a weird question. I want my son's testicles. She goes, huh? Like, what, you going to eat them or something? I'm like, no, I'm not going to eat them. So I'm just going to rock my son's test. When my son acts up now, I just grab his balls. I shake him at him. Now listen, I have to become a celebrity too, so this kind of talk is not going to happen on the first hour. I'm going to do a 2-hour show every night. The second hour is going to be me talking like this. This is what was getting people's attention. I got to pick up the pace. I only have 20 years to do this business. Now I know you guys say, well, if I go in the military and I can retire in 20 years, it's a great idea. All my buddies that I hunt with underwater, they went in there. They can't hear anything. Poor guy. But he has hearing aids and he has that apnea machine. Just a real warrior. Didn't complain about anything. Came out and everything's paid for. He did his job. He survived. And now he had to make himself mentally healthy, so he got into fishing and just getting out there and doing things like what I did this weekend. And this was glorious. This show like I said, is going to change. You're going to get the watered down version of what they want. No cussing. Probably no drinking. There's keywords you're not supposed to say. I was squashing my own algorithm. I'm killing it in the numbers. I'm talking professional numbers on my shorts and reels, which I don't even make anymore because now I'm just throwing all my energy into this. I'm going back to the shorts and reels. This is gonna be an hour of exactly what you want to see, so your kids can watch. After we put the kids to bed, let's pump it up a notch. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Listen, if you're a female watching this and you're upset, I don't know that world. Never dabbled in it. Well, once I dressed up with all my all the boys in the neighborhood, in girl clothing, and they took a picture. There's that out there, but our dads each beat us individually and yelled at our moms for letting that happen. Guaranteed. Well, I know my dad beat me. I'm like, Mom, put the dress on me, Dad. Man, don't put your hand behind your butt. It hurts. Now, when I tell you that I saw a family man out there working all day yesterday. Now listen, I wasn't in the tournament. It is a long day. But it's not when everybody's family. His two kids didn't complain once. I think they were there for like 18 hours, up the whole time, working or playing, going down getting mussels off the pylons, running and getting sand if Dad needed to get sand. That's what I'm going to talk about tonight, and that's why I'm not going to turn on my thing, because I'll get distracted, because I need to get this out in an hour. And then, so I'm just going to go, like I said, this is how I'm going to do exactly what they want. 1 hour exactly, 5:30 to 6:30, and it's going to be this entertaining for $4.99 a month. Now you get my real life, me driving, me talking while I'm driving. Well, I don't know why the internet went out on the way down there. It was beautiful. I could talk to you guys all night long. I went live and watched Justin live. Now driving back, bleep bleep bleep. It's not conspiracy. It's just, I think it's the clouds or something. That's what else would it be? It's crazy. Anyway, who cares? Man, what a great time. And I got to meet a couple people that really stood out to me. And one of them is the guy that changed the way I taxidermy. So this is why there's no way I could be a narcissist. Is I had a guy that was trying this for the first time, but he's a little bit smarter than me. Probably stayed in school. Probably got a college degree. Got to meet him last night, shake his hand. He doesn't know what he did for me. He changed the whole ball game. It doesn't take me 6 months anymore. I can mass produce these things. And they will be mass produced. And I will use my friend's site because it's his. I have 3 of his, and I did it the right way, according to how I was told to transport him. They are safe in the freezer. It's the slowest way to kill them. This is what you guys want. Good for you. I could have these things dead in 10 seconds. But no, you got to keep them alive to consumption, or you have to keep them whole. Now they got to freeze to death slow. Can you imagine that? That's got to be a terrible way to go. And I've been cold. I've been up in Alaska. I took a dive, not in the buff, but, pretty close. The opener, letting my Uncle T's ashes go. With my top off, so it showed my lobster, and then I had so much adrenaline from that. I went over to a reef and made my uncle proud. I crawled under there, got urchins all in my body. There's no protection. Grabbed myself a lobster and 2, No gloves on because I wasn't going to do that. I was supposed to do this. Was it illegal? Yeah, you got to have a gauge on. You got to have a thing. I don't know. You got to go back. It's a couple years ago. Do I get a ticket for that? I'm not asking for any tickets because they're watching and they like it. They're real men and women that think this is this is entertaining. So there'll be no cussing anymore. There will be on the $4.99. So that's up to you. You want to watch? You want to see my road trips? Otherwise, you just get this and you'll get my videos, and that's what attracts people. I got to pick up my own pace. And then I'll be able to back it down. I just need more people to follow, and it's working. So, like I said, you can support by going to seawolf13.net and getting yourself a hoodie. Oh, there's a little one. This is from an Alaskan trip a couple years ago. The guys that went have them. That's the only people that have them. And the memories we have from that trip are our memories. $4.99, you can watch me up there with those guys. Because I'm going to have to pay for whatever that is. Starlink. And I had some good advice from a buddy last night at a bar. Way past at my bedtime. God damn, it was past my bedtime. That was a long day for me. A day full of joy. I had In-N-Out Burger. I wasn't going to go eat In-N-Out Burger because I don't eat carbs anymore. Even the protein, I know I can go protein or whatever they call that. Nah, I got the fries. I didn't go animal fries. I love animal fries. My wife's not with me, so I can have the onions because onions come out of my pores. So. Oh, that is delicious. That is so good. Man, what a trip. I'm going to get to it starting tomorrow. I'm going to finish this show, and then I'm going to pick out a name of a dog. Or no, dog. Jesus, call my new child a dog. I'm getting an English Bulldog from my buddy. He has 8 of them. I'm not trying to sell any of his. I don't care. I get to pick a litter. None of you decided you wanted them, and they're bulldogs, so they don't have papers. I don't need papers on mine. I know the lineage of the mom and dad, and they're just the cutest things. We saw a future son, and there's one called Wolf that is just incredible. Mom, you're about to be a grandma. We have either a son or daughter. It's already born. They're running around. I have 8 to pick from. And because I was the first one, he's going to let me pick first. And then you got. I will let somebody else have Wolf. If you're a guy that wants a bulldog, it's going to be a different relationship. You got to take the bulldogs with you everywhere. Because if you don't, they'll turn into little pansies. They'll be like the kids that we told stay inside, and now they can't even go outside. Still living at your house in your attic. Like, isn't this weird? Mom says no. Okay. All right. I mean, that's you. That's you. I can't. I don't understand because we have expiration dates. That's what I'm not getting with my own generation. We're walking around, well, in my area. And I don't want to go back to politics. I will at $4.99 the next hour. But I came to a realization last night. A light bulb went off in my head that I'm trying to build this future of seawolf13.net. So my uncles, my niece up in Sacramento, living in my uncle's property, can actually just crank out. That's where my brain is. Am I there? Absolutely not. Will I work until I get there? Absolutely, I will. Will it work? I don't know. This was fun. Let's just say life stopped here tonight for me. There would be a smile on this face if there was an open casket. I don't want an open casket. God damn it. I'd like to have my kids take my ashes and just spread me everywhere that they would think I would want to be. But I don't get that. My kids don't even want their own memories of their baby blankets and pictures that they had. I live in a bizarre world with my ex and now my adult children. No more picking on them. That brings the algorithm down. Young men that judge me, wait till 80% of us get divorced. Put your kids first. Men and women. I can't speak for the women. I only can speak for the man. But if you're a real loving parent, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. Do not use the kids to try to get more money by not letting the real dad, see them. That should be an unwritten rule. And maybe it's changed in this thing called divorce court. I'm not bitter about it. Just made me a better, stronger person. That's all. You either live or you don't. You either step up or you don't. I stepped up as a father. I stepped up as a nephew to my uncle. I stepped up to my boy Ryan, because I mean, my God, you guys need to sign up right now if you're watching and you're a saltwater guide. Let's take this competition and make it a saltwater guide. It's not going to be a saltwater guide. Sleigh Day, Sleigh Day. Let Sleigh Day be Sleigh Day. Let's Sleigh Day host this, because he would sure love having 50 teams next year, not 28 or 25 or whatever there was. Sorry, I didn't follow that part. But I did see 2 teams come in and check in, and the excitement was here. Okay? Compliments to the brewery. I could say that. Compliments to the brewery. That will not be changing on the $4.99. You'll get that in the first hour no matter what. I burp. I'm not holding it in. Maybe that's what will stroke me out and my eyeball will start bleeding and then I'm fucked. I did it. I cussed. I don't have the tail anymore. I have a tail of a tail. I have a video of the tail of the tail that I haven't gotten to yet, where I got slapped right from Anthony. Guy wanted to lock me in a fish bag that connects to your saltwater guide. But it's not just your saltwater guide. I got to give props to my boy Jesse. He won last night. He came in, he dominated. Him and his teammate just dominated. And I can respect that. I can, as a man. Because you got to tell the kids, you want this? You want this, kids? You got to come get it. You don't get it for free. Jesse's not a guy, and his partner is not a guy that would bow down to kids. So I respect that. And I also respect the kids that were walking up and just starting out, and they're in these older guys, right? Older guys that you don't really just... If you know how to read people, and it's a lost art, teach your kids how to read real people and fake people. If they're liberals, they're a fake person. Sorry, liberals. We're not going into politics, I know. That'll be my $4.99 hour. Because I have a number that I have to match every month. I got a net. You'll get one. Sometimes you'll get divorced and your nut will be broken in half and you're going to still have to make this nut, but live this life and have a great time living this life while this person lives off your success. Same thing's happening again. Except for I don't care about that. I do care about my relationship with my kids. I don't know what that was. Country road. And this will be, I'm going to be more organized in the first hour. And when I wake up is the best time that I'm open to knowing what I need to put on the camera. And if you think I've gone crazy, I hope you do. Because I just had the greatest weekend of my life. I watched a young man put together a great event for a great cause. He's a principal of a high school, or I don't know, I didn't ask, sorry. It's my narcissism. I saw him when he was talking to your saltwater guy, Dave, on the phone. I ran back in, took off my gear, my emblem for SeaWolf13.net. The sweats. It was overcast. I said, he's talking to Dave? I better put down Dave shorts. Here they are. I carry Dave shorts everywhere. I met Steve Duncan last night, guys. So drink the Kool-Aid, don't. Go check out Dave from Your Saltwater Guide if you really want to know how to fish. Really want to go with a professional and dominate like the guys dominated last night. And the guys that dominated last night, good for you, because I saw those kids coming up and they looked at that, and those are real boys. Or men, I'm sorry, listen, you're men. Because they didn't want to show their lobsters, but they were proud that they had lobsters. And that's all you have to be. I don't care about the numbers. I don't care. I know I do, because I yell at you that I'm the best. Rah, I'm the best. I'm the best. Look. I got 50 over 10 pounds. I was trained by the best. I am not the best. I am a person that if I want to do something in life, I will dominate. I want to dominate the internet. I'm going to dominate the internet. And if I don't, doesn't matter. So many people did the right thing. They didn't touch this when we asked them not to. Now I had another one, the guy running the event. I said, Ryan, somebody's got to break these. Don't worry about it. He's like, don't put it out there. It's big and nice. No, these are real guys. They know don't touch. Take them anywhere else with kids around that don't know what they're doing, can't make eye contact, can't even shake a hand. Sure, you might go in and it might slip and you do that weird awkward thing, but real men will crush that little boy's hand. Let him know not to do that again. That's what Jesse did last night, I believe, in his partner. I respected it. Because they clapped for the kids that came up. And I call it you kids. Listen, you're just young men. You're able to party all night. You probably went out and you had 4 lobsters. So what I would do is I would go to a bar and say, hey, me and my boy just got 4 lobsters. You bitches, ladies, want to come back to the pad, smoke a little reefer. I don't know if it's called weed. They do wax vape pens. They're going to be vaping. I don't know if they still do the strip poker and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Feeding them lobster. You can't get this lobsters, ladies. You have to have a dominant male go get you lobsters. Well, and I don't care if you're a male on male. You gotta have a dominant dude out there getting lobsters. That's it. You're braving. Yeah, listen, the boat, if you're on a boat hooting, the kayak guys, man, they get hit all the time up here by whites. You're a floating target. Yeah, you're catching, you're dominating, you're the best. As soon as you catch something or spear something, it sends a signal. Now, sharks are wired not to wonder if you're what alphabet you are. You're either dominant or you're not. If you're not dominant, you get eaten before you make it to being an adult. I'm one that didn't get eaten. I'm one that doesn't have, I mean, you can call me healthy or not. It's up to you. I'm the one that did this weekend. I'm the one that drives down there 5 hours and has the time of his life and then comes back the next day. And now I have a new son or daughter coming into this world that's already here. There's 8 of them. I haven't picked mine yet, and until I do, you're not allowed to pick yours. Do not get one of these dogs if you don't have time to spend. These aren't a dog that, like a cat, that you can go work your 50 hours a week. This is a dog that has to be with humans. The more they bond with humans, the longer they live. If you don't, they get, if you just leave them and you come home, and no disrespect, if you work, you work. Don't get one of these dogs. I was fortunate enough to own my own business, and I brought my dog everywhere. Before they were special dogs. My dogs have rules. Teach your kids. They're just like your kids. Teach them boundaries. Now, bulldogs don't live outside. Or ours don't. Maybe some people's do. Mine's never been outside. As a matter of fact, when we went to my buddy's Nate's house for the lobster hot dog sausage thing, it was the first time they were outside. Not allowed in. That's their dog's house. Penelope will come in there and just try to start a fight with dogs that actually grew up on an Indian reservation type dogs. They're part coyote. My daughter's not the smartest. And I'm not talking about you, Emily. Remember, we're not talking anymore. talking about Penelope. And me and my wife found the breed that we bond with. Now I know we're those parents out there showing our kids are cuter than yours. They are, because they're special. Can't make fun of a retarded kid. And for some reason, we love dogs that need to be inside. Their butts need to be wiped. Trust me. If you don't wipe them, you're like, oh, that's gross. I'm not wiping it. Well, then you're going to have it on your couch because they're couch cuddle dogs. You get it in your bed because they're cat and dog beds. What's my mom talking about? Mom, come on over to YouTube if you're having problems. I can't see that far. I didn't open my computer. Let me open my computer. Maybe I'm not even running a show right now. I hope the internet's working. Jeez. This is a good show. My mom's all ears. She didn't think this was going to happen. Mom, listen. We still have the same relationship. I didn't trade you in for Lisa. Lisa does this for a living. And you seem like it was a pain in the ass to do my earrings. You still want to do it? Fine. Be friends with Lisa. Listen, Mom, she's like my sister. She's politic-wise. She didn't want any of that, but man, she's a good person. She's into arts and crafts. Made Kristen some earrings. Where are they? I had them. Doesn't matter. Let me open up and look at this because they are right. I gotta stay at an hour. I don't have to stay at an hour though. You have to pay after an hour, and I'm sorry to do that to you. Oh no, this dropped. Did it break? No, it's okay. Whoa, it was black. Okay, woo, man, it fell. I had to slam on the brakes, and it was on the. I didn't secure it right. You got to think a lot when you're driving with heavy winds going back and forth. Now, my dream is I already tell you since it's my show and I'm dreaming. Let me get into the passcode. Yeah, it's frozen. Yeah, there we are. Okay, let me get on the internet. Give me a minute, everybody. Man, what time is it anyway? Yeah, we still have a half an hour. Got to stick to the hour thing. That's what I'm being yelled at. I'm not being yelled at, but it's true. If I want to be a professional, I got to start acting like a professional. Do I not have internet? Oh, no. That would really suck if that's true. Well, let me find out. We're gonna get right into the chat world. Yeah, I'm live. Okay. All right, Mark. Some guy named Mark. Let me just put hello all. The smoke. Bugman. Okay, hang on, Martin. I'm going to be able to answer questions. Hello, all. Hello, all. All right. Let me see if it pops up right there. Boom. Mom, if you're having problems watching, get over here on YouTube, CWolf13. If not, stay right there. I cannot read this far away. Sorry. I can read this far. The edible is hit, so that ship's here. I'm not even going to deny that one. What's going on, Lisa? I'm sorry we didn't get to see each other. Me and Justin hung out like young men and just broing out. And I'm not talking. Don't get all weird, people. We went and had drinks afterwards. Walking distance from his boat. So if you want to party on his boat, going out there next season for lobsters, get 4 of your bros together, bro out all night. Because as soon as you leave the boat, you can go walk over there and still party. Take an Uber home, of course. Have your wife or girlfriend or whoever you slept with at the bar that night bring you back to your car the next day. That's a good move. And then come back and repeat it if it's a Friday. You could do it on a Saturday too. Saturday, Sunday. That's what I would do. I mean, geez, there's got to be a hotel right there, walking distance. Anyway, that's not my dream. That's my dream is to have a hey Lisa, guess what? Me and my wife. Not because of you and your husband with 5 dogs. Screw that. We're not doing 5. Well, we almost got 5. We almost got 8. We can't pick. Don't worry, everybody. I got the pick of the litter. And Martin, I'm getting a new son or a daughter. Justin had a litter, and listen, his pricing is way off in my brain, but that's Justin's problem. That's not mine. He's not in it for the money, for some reason. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't matter. I get pick of the litter, and we just have to figure out a male or female. We watched them tonight. My wife is probably going to come to the PCS show, so if you're wondering, yes, she will be there. Now we have to find a babysitter for Oliver and Penelope. They can't just go over to their grandma's house. Penelope can't be around other dogs. Like Louie would just take over there, and you just sit there on a couch. She would say, "Don't you want to go outside?" He would go out when he had to pee, and he would eat, and then he would go and poop, and then he'd go back to bed. That's what the dog. That's why he lived 11 and a half years. He had no stress. He didn't have any money moves. Well, I'm making a money move. Because not only am I buying this dog, I'm going to be, okay, bulldogs, puppies, with adult dogs. You got to understand. This would be like me having meeting some chick that was 19, 8. Okay, let's just even get risky. 18, right? Having kids with her, and then my kids now have to watch, right? So now Penelope, she's 21. She's a 3-year-old bulldog. She doesn't even know what's about to happen to her world. Now we have Oliver, the biggest lover in the world, wouldn't hurt a soul, but would bite you and kill you if you did anything to anybody in his little world. And he's done it. Safest dog ever, just not if you have a kid, because kids like to pull on things and say, hey, I want to be part of the pecking order. I'm the dominant one. My dad said so. And then he has to prove it. I don't want him to prove it sometimes, but he has to. I'm not delusional. I do know the bulldogs are not my real children, but they bring me so much joy, more than my real children did, and I'm sorry if that is hard to hear. Don't watch. Remember, you're not watching. Because here's the deal. They don't talk back. They don't disrespect. There's a pecking order. They know an alpha male when they see one. I can't even get him. Well, Penelope just wants to be loved so bad that she jumps on my lap whenever I sit down. If I'm not here, though, it's mom's lap, both of them. Ollie won't even think about coming over and being on my lap, even if he's down here by himself, but with me. He used to be that way. I want another male. We got a female, so I couldn't. And then he just bonded with her. He didn't want to leave. He's got the perfect little life here. Why would he want to go out into this world that they can't even figure out if we did the right thing in the Ukraine or not? We did. I'll say it. I'll say that on my $4.99 show. This show won't have that. Won't have cussing. I'll even have my mom over and we can knit. She can knit in the background. I won't be talking about any kind of divorce she had with my dad. That's for the $4.99, man. A month, not all for one time. Because the experts will tell you, you have to have a commodity. And I do have a commodity. And since I'm building a new business, I have to make money. Thank you to all you that actually supported me with a hoodie, a t-shirt, blah, blah, blah. I didn't even give one to my mom. Me and my wife had a discussion. She said, you got to give it to your mom. She did all the earrings, blah, 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 blah. Then I started listening to what my mom did to me and like that. And my wife looks at me and goes, don't be that person. And I look at her and I said, you're absolutely right. It's a person I listen to in life. If you don't know, you know now. That's my filter. When she told me not to go to Sacramento, because that would have ruined everything, right? I don't know how to stop when I see I'm winning. I want to win at everything. And I got to meet the guy that I started the texting with that got us all in a group. In my opinion, maybe I don't want to take anything away from anybody. You got to be organized. I cannot be the person in charge to be organized. I'm happy to be the slow friend that just doesn't cuss, but will stand up when it's time to stand up. I need to have people like the Bill Varneys in the room to take over, because I will shake things up. I will take them off their game, and that's what they need to be. They're going to be well organized next time, guys. And you know who I'm talking to. What's up? What's up, JC? And JC, I'm sorry. You're the guy doing the knots, right? You know, you can't just say yes or no, because I'm digging those. I'm digging those if that's you. Calico goes, thank you, my guy. Thank you. I had them all. My wife had them all in the back. That day, I went down there thinking, okay, well, I'm going to be there. I might as well promote my thing and just set up my own booth. I didn't have time for that because I was just having so much fun with Ryan, watching his family, watching a real man who's a principal. I don't know if it's, I don't know what grades, what kind of principal, because I should know him. We're really good friends. We're guys that are just out here sloughing it in the world. And he killed it yesterday. And gosh darn it, saltwater guy people, let's go be dominant. Let's go show them. But not the Justins. Or the Justins. If Justin wants to show how dominant he is, he can. Because the only way I learn is from the best. My lobster career, and now it's tying into every aspect. I'm going to free dive for him next year, guys. I have the best free divers. I know who they are. Ones I met right here at the OC Divers. We got kicked out because we were having so much fun and didn't want to leave. I have pictures of it. I just started looking at it as I talked about it. Because one of the guys saw OC Divers and hang on. The Seawolf. The Seawolf designer was my buddy Nate. He was my next door neighbor. He's a guy that's a paramedic. And if you watched, you've been watching me for a minute. So it was when me and my wife took the dogs up to his house. He moved to like the Fresno area. It's not Fresno. I don't want to just. Love.
Yeah.
Where does Nate live? Madera. Okay, it's not even Fresno.
It's by Fresno.
I know, but they don't want people to know they're from Fresno. They'd rather be from Madera, right?
Who?
Name more. Do you think they would want to be known
from in Fresno?
He did.
His family lives there.
I know. There's nothing wrong with Fresno either. Anybody? Jeez, now whoa.
Stay on track.
I will stay on track. Listen, hey. The first hour is going to be love. We're doing it. So you have to figure this out. It's Patreon or something. We got to do it I'll give you a month. And listen, the people that I know that I've met already, I have a lifetime free membership. How about that? All you have to do is tell a friend, and that friend's going to pay $4.99. Now, it's the people with the blue in their name normally. If I haven't done it yet, listen, I'm a working man. I start at the bottom. Is this going to be fun? Sure. Is it going to work? I don't care if it works or not. All I know is I want to be able to do this every 4 days a week, 3 days a week. But that's not the work that's done, right? Because now I got to process these things. I have 3 9-pound lobsters, or 8, a couple of 8s and a 9. That's what one. I have it all on video. I didn't go live. I let my buddy Jesse go live because it was his group. Plus, we're all just we're all hustling. in this world. I like the hustle. With my hustle, you get Seawolf 13. And thank you for saying you want some at the show. I will be bringing them to the show. I'm not selling them anywhere. When we're hanging out in the parking lot or for Dave's thing, if you want some, I will have mediums are already gone. Or we're going to re-up. Me and my wife already talked about it. We're in. We saw a $500 order on, what day are we on? We're on Sunday, so Friday. So cheers to the $500 order. The lobsters at 1. Listen to this, everybody. Drum roll. They're being frozen to death. Now, I could do a video because they're like flies. You can put them in there. Right now, they're halfway frozen. And I can take it out and I can watch it come. They can come back to life. I've done that before. I know that's harassment and da-da-da. It's my own weirdness. Because I couldn't believe it. I could also make them stand on a head and put them in a trance. But that's not me. That's people from the guy that won the event. Hats off to him. He showed the young guys, and the young guys that came there, they weren't defeated, but they were in awe. And the one thing I told each and every, great job, champion. Going home with a lobster, champion. And here's the other thing. You want to do that? They need people like that. Because you want to do that? But you want to do it without paying. I don't know what they charge. Who cares? It's a great time. You come back with quality product. You got to understand, a 12-pound lobster is absolutely huge to get. It varies between they're 70 years old up to 100 and something. I don't care. Figure that one out. I don't care. That's your guys' fight, not mine. Do not comment, or do comment, because it's great. Because then I can comment back. And my video that's viral right now, the comment that's number 1 is somebody blasted me because why would I kill something this big when you can't eat it? And I answered, because it's $100 a pound, and if you know what you're doing and you're the best, and you can watch my videos, hello McFly. If you don't know what hello McFly means, Back to the Future. You still know what that means. It's a movie that where the kid went back in my day, but we saw the future. I see my future. I love my future. I live that kid's life. I live my life. So you youngins that were out there, the first part, I listened to everybody's team name. There were some twisted ones. Good job. To the one member of Saltwater Guide that was in, he came up to me, and for some reason everybody thought I wanted to know his weight. No, the bug that he got. But it came out wrong because, and it's not my fault. It's Siri's fault. Okay? I speak into my phone. That's who I paid $1,000 to talk to. Now normally, if it's my wife even called me while I was driving. She goes, who's writing your things? She goes, is AI writing your things? I'm like, why? Like, you don't think I can write something like that? She goes, thank you. Hello. Justin. Justin's here. You know what? I know, no cussing. I listened to you last night, homie, so I will do that. I'm still going to be me. You're just going to have to pay for it, $4.99 a month. Like a cup of coffee. I'm cheaper than a Starbucks coffee. I had one on the road today. Doesn't mean I'm going to turn into a liberal. There's no magic dust in it. It's going to change my brain. Or maybe there is. There's a lot of rednecknicity in this blood of mine. Now that's going to be on the Paige show. You're going to get the hello. You're still going to have fun. Just the adventures, like me driving, me meeting people for the first time. So now when I see a guy, I'm not even going to mention his name because He's a good friend of mine, and he started this whole thing with me with the chat. And I actually got to see him, and I wanted to spend more time with him, and he worked a full fucking 50 cussed. Well, I don't have my Thrasher Shark Tail, so I don't have to do personal abuse. I will clean that up, though. Your kids, I will guarantee that. Your kids will be able to watch that one. I'll even put safe for kids, and if it's not safe for kids, my channel, then they'll demonetize me. I'm not losing what I already have built. And when I tell you that there was a real man and a real family out there that is just dominating their lifestyle and raising their kids right. I met the wife from Ryan from Slay Day. And regardless, that's his jam. Happens once a year. Whoever, whatever kind of person goes there with whatever mindset, just know everybody that went had the time of their life. The party started at 11. Sure, they still had to go back and wash their bugs. Some of them were going to release them. I have them. I'm taxiderming them. They're getting them back. They won. I donated my time. It's also a tax write-off. Now, if you want me to do your bug like this one, I looked at it and it's amazing and awe-striking, but it's such a sloppy job. Wrong color paint. Wrong tail. This is a 13-pound body with a tail that I just put on because I didn't have another 13 because a 13-pound tail. I don't know what I did with it. So this is an 11-pound tail. I could have done better. But everybody respected this yesterday. Yeah, don't worry about it. Ryan, we're buying a dog from Ryan. I was telling everybody, they have to wait until me and my wife decide. We will decide in the next 24 hours, male or female. We will pick out the one we want when we go down there. After the PCS show, my wife is going to come and she's going to meet her new kid. Now, I couldn't get her to come because of fishing. I couldn't get her to come even if I went on Ryan's boat and I paid and I could come home with 14 lobsters. She wasn't going to play any of that game. We have the commodity, Ryan. Bulldogs, puppy breath. The bellies are just engorged. I don't know why you don't have a cam on those things 24/7. You want numbers, and I know you're a fisherman and da-da-da. You want numbers, just have an account with Ryland. Do it under Ryland's account and do 24 hours of Bulldog. His numbers will fly up. But don't worry. Me and my wife get to pick the first one out of 8. You guys didn't. I came back and I had a whole bunch of real honest questions for Ryan about his Bulldogs. And they're about having great dogs. They're not papered. So if you're into papers, I won't sell you I'm very proud of my boys' lineage and my daughter's. There's no disrespect to anybody out there. This was just a weekend where now our first Bulldog lived for 11 years, so I wasn't supposed to live to 53. I'm 54. I'm on borrowed time. I have something else to live for besides just having fun in life right now. And it's another Bulldog. And if you've met my Bulldogs, they're my family. People come over to our house, they're like, your kids are a little out of control. Yeah, that's their house. Leave them alone. We're not like that. We kind of are. Everybody wants us to come up to their house, and I bring my camper, and they're like, we got extra rooms. Matter of fact, Justin said, hey, you can sleep on my boat. I could drive my wife's car down there for cheaper on gas. I get to have my own little space. I don't care where it is in the world. It could be at a rest stop on the grapevine with the wind blowing back and forth. It's time to sleep. It's time to sleep. It's time to party. It's time to party. It's time to work. It's time to work. Party and work is now mixed in with me, so this is a great life. No sleeping pills. There is, listen, I can't say no drugs because there's an edible. It's a sativa. They wanted to sponsor me, and I'm like, branding. I don't know. Maybe the $4.99 people, I could put the sponsor over there. I can live this weird world where I have to live normal. My biggest thing is hypocrisy. So if you're a hypocrite, I want to mingle, I want to dance in your world. You can't keep up with me. If you're one of the ABC peoples and I go on your show, it's not because I'm bi-curious. That's what they're all going to start telling you, right? I need to learn my craft, so I hung out on TikTok. Got some weird things going on over there. I went in this dude's room. He was yelling about politics and Camille, not gay stuff. Just, oh my God, did you see her? And how drunk our guy was up at the pulpit, but nothing about that same day, her trying to give a speech in my San Francisco area, watching a play, doing a word salad with people that just clap for anything that comes. Are monkeys. She's so smart. She should have been there. Well, I don't think she would have let Zelensky bend over and bang him in the ass. Okay, you can't say that. I get it. $4.99. Where's this going to go? Who cares? I'll be able to be exactly what social media wants me to be for an hour. And then after that, it's paid programming. $4.99. Jeez, a month. And on top of that, you can go to seawolf13.net. Am I going to promote myself? Absolutely. Am I going to be friends with everybody that I've met on the way? Absolutely. Does this help you? Absolutely. Does it help me? Yes. Now, on the travels, horns from Trump, okay? There are 15-pound lobster eyeballs, real ones. They look like horns. And that is a tail of a 15-pound female that was molting in my hands. What are you saying no for? It is. Thank you. And this one is just a small halibut. The first one of the year, which started last year in 4, so that makes it May 19th. Halibut season's coming. I'm going to change up my show to this. It's going to be I already know. Deer Meat for Dinner. I could say his name, and everybody that follows me probably knows who he is or has heard of him. Cook, Clean, Catch. He's already got it. Did a great job. I bought a knife because of him. I bought, well, it's drying out there. The bag that I have, that I carry on the airplanes when I go to Alaska that can carry 50 pounds of flesh. What are those bags? It's a right sized. Store under your seat if you need to, or up in the overhead. Now, to get ice, you have to go through security first, and then you got to go to Starbucks or whatever and just start dumping ice in there. Get one that actually seals up, otherwise it'll leak all over everybody's expensive Louis Vuitton stuff and honestly, that stuff is deadly. I have a picture of the lobsters coming back, and two of them start losing appendages. The longer you keep them out of the water. Don't worry, I know how to get the meat out, and I also know how to save it. And I also know how to catch, clean, cook, and sustainability. I was thinking catch, clean, cook, taxidermy. It just doesn't roll off the tongue. The sustainability is pissing off a lot of people because they can't even yell at me about it. Can they yell at me? Yes, they can. Do they make sense? No. 90% of us voted this way. It's 99.9, But we'll give you the 1% of people that need to hear it. Good job. It's going to be okay. We might go to World War III either way. At least I go to World War III knowing that I know I'm going to World War III. We don't have the money to keep giving Zelensky money and fighting for a cause that we have nothing to do with. You might see it differently. Turn me off. Don't pay the $4.99. Because this guy won't ever say that. I want to be a goddamn saint that I'll go to church, right? So I can show me going to church. I don't mind going to church. It's fun. Yeah, go to church once every Sunday. Not every Sunday, Mom. Don't get all excited. Probably, it's blasphemy in your world because it's for me to get views. You can't do that for views. You're absolutely right. I got baptized and I'm a Christian. Leave me alone. I don't follow the same beat as you guys do. You guys made me the way that I am. Coming and telling me, my mom and sister, we can't worship at your church because our dad ran off with my mom's best friend. And me punching them. Or maybe I didn't. I wouldn't let my mom and sister ever be disrespected, even by my own dad. He turned on us, I turned on him. He trained me right. This is fun. And I'm not drunk. Edible has hit. What a great weekend. What a great weekend. Great job to my buddy Ryan. So I'll be able to promote people without people knowing what I do unless they voluntarily pay $4.99 a month. Okay? For everybody that has a blue in their title, and if you knew me before and you believed in me, you can be for free. I don't care about you people. I do care about you. You can be free. That's what I mean. I want the new people. I want the people that you'll introduce me to if I can clean up my act for an hour. Tell them to go to there. If they pay to go here, that's their problem. It's not yours. So people like my mom that want to see me be successful, but do it the right way and not offend people and not, okay. I'll show you I can do it that way. But this way is going to pay for me all the way to the end. This way is going to make me be able to manifest myself living down there and shooting whatever my life for 3 days a week and then coming back home to my new bulldogs. I personally want the wolf. I will tell you this, I'm not getting the wolf. There is one from Justin called the wolf. He's the most dominant dog I've ever seen. He's taken on his dad already. His siblings don't mess with him. Anytime the cage is open, he's gone exploring. Do not buy the wolf if you don't have time for the wolf. I had that with Ollie, and then we interrupted our family with a daughter. I'm like, this life is perfect. Why would I want a daughter? He goes to work with me. He goes on my boat. I got videos of him dancing out there. I go diving. I worried about him because I bought a kennel for him. I didn't even buy it. I went to the dump and they keep them for the SPCA. You know, those plastic things that you can really lock your dog into. I put him in that and he headbutted his way out of it in 10 seconds. That's my son. Then I was going diving. So I'm like, well, this dog might jump off, and then if I'm underwater and he's hanging because I tied him up, now he's going to choke to death. I've seen animals do that. So I tied him up like S&M tie-up, you know what I'm saying? You ain't getting out of this, and I'm going to tickle you with a feather. Tie-up. And I'll be damned. I come up, and I hit the surface. I look to make sure he's not hanging off the side. As soon as I hit the surface, I hear him just growling and yelling. And I get on, I let him off. He's the happiest dog ever. And then I bring in the lingcod, and it was a big one. And I think I had a halibut, a slimy halibut. He started licking it. He loves the slime on halibut. He also loves to headbutt the lobsters when they come here. Penelope was out there too. If you were in my group and you got to see it, cheers. Yeah, Justin, that wolf is. I will tell you though, if you do buy a bulldog, it's not a dog that you could just leave at home by itself. If you have two, now I'm going to have three. You can leave them at home, but they do have to go outside to go potty. Yeah, we just increased our family. Now, Justin let us watch for like 15 minutes, all of them. So we're giving them know what we want. We already know what we want. Here's the truth. A male is going to they're cute. They're going to eat everything. And if they're not exercising, then they don't exercise, guys. They don't. So if you think this is a dog to take to go jogging and be your best friend, the more you do with them, the less lifespan they have. So it's a wonderful relationship, but just know what you're getting. I suggest getting two myself. Lisa, you're out of this, so if you're watching, don't even think about it. You have 5 dogs. Stop it. But that wolf needs to go to. It's my dog. It's what I want. I'm not doing it. We're gonna have a discussion. We have 2 other dogs that we have to take into account. We can't have a dog come into our house and disrupt my 2 dogs. So it can't be the dominant one, the one that needs all the attention. The wolf needs the attention, and if he doesn't get it, he's gonna go find attention. That's kind of like me. How did you come up with that name? He didn't come up with it because of me either. It's bizarre how this world works, because in my brain I'm like, oh my God, my son he's heavier than my daughter, so they don't it's just a lot of weight. I mean, it's the breed. You can't exercise them. You can monitor their food, absolutely. And I know it looks like they just eat anything and everything at parties. And no. When I do shoots, they will fart for 2 days, and they sleep in our bed with us. So you'll be in a nice dream, and all of a sudden you'll be dreaming that you're tasting like a fart. And lo and behold, you wake up and they just stretch after they fart, like, oh, that felt so good. Thank you. That's my life, and I wouldn't change it. You want a bulldog, that'll be your life. They're not it's like having, listen, I can't say this because I know my kids hate me for whatever reason, but you can't say they weren't the top of the line. My son isn't a man, is what I'm trying to say. A man would never take money from his grandpa for a house. Wes, you are the right fighter of the family. I know your sister's a dominant female and is doing whatever. You could have had this weekend with me, bro. You could have. This was a father and son weekend again. A lot of work. You got to meet real men, kids your age, bringing in their traps and not being as good as guys like me. And guys like me making sure we knew they weren't like me, because we want to train them to be like me. We don't want them to be second best. But they were happy. And they were even saying, each one of them, oh, it's not as good as that one, but man, what a great night. And that's what that whole thing's about. Friendships. Key. There's guys that have been doing this for years and years, and now this is a night that they get to go out. They get a break from their kids. They get a break from their family. They get a break from reality. And they get to go out and be like they were when they were young, like those 4 groups. I'm sorry I didn't get the names. I filmed them all, so I'll be able to edit them. What a fantastic trip. And now I have video after video of me doing the right way. What I mean by that is, because of people, you ask, it's almost like social media. If I ask Facebook and Instagram and what I can and can't do, you don't get answers. You do after you get famous. I'm not there yet. I don't understand your rules. I don't understand if I have a beast of a video that would have made me $10,000, you demonetized because I didn't know not to say that. Well, I'm on Instagram, so I'm not going to say it, but whatever. Now it's back up. My algorithm's okay. I went to Instagram jail. Oh, I'm going to listen, and I'm over 5 minutes, so the $4.99 thing, listen, is gonna be at the end of the month. I have to research it. I will not cuss on my social media pages. And how I'm gonna get people to follow is super simple, and it came to me while I was talking to my bro last night. Stayed up later than I've ever stayed up for the last 10 years. Believe it or not, because I wake up at 5:30 no matter what. So if I stay up till 2, well, we didn't even finish talking till 2. So if I stay up until probably 3 o'clock, what a great weekend. I really feel good. I got to meet my buddy Matt. Matt, thank you. I got to meet a guy that perfected the taxidermy for me. And he did it because he just needed a leg from the one he hoop netted with his daughter. He built the hoop net himself, or fixed it or something. There's a great story there. And while I was working on it last year or the year before, I don't know when I met him, but we got to meet in person. Respect if you're watching. To everybody that was out there, the 26 teams. So 48 people. Respect. Mr. Duncan, your saltwater guide. Steve, respect. I got to meet a guy that let me promote my stuff in his group, and I've watched his group grow. Respect. He was the winner. Respect. Let me taxidermy 3 of his lobsters. And I get to write it off because this is what I charge. Respect. Me having this adventure, me watching Ryan and his wife and his kids and his close friends and being able to hang out with them. And they brought me into their life. Respect. Yeah, I got to finish the show because I got to keep it at an hour. So I got to start training my own brain. Anyway, you guys have a beautiful, beautiful evening. Monday, I'm right back at it in the morning. I will start showing you what I'm talking about. I know. Listen, to the guy that said I have to be an hour, let me just finish up with this. It's a gift of gab that I have. It's a life of ventures. It's the relationships of people that I've decided were the greatest relationships to cling on to. Moving here on forward, I don't know when it ends, but man, I started way too late in life, and I didn't. Everybody's been jealous of my life since I came out of my mom's vag. I peed on the doctor, he slapped me, and I said, oh, let's go. Bumps on the way? Sure. Got over them? Sure. Did I go too hard on my kids in the last 4 years? They're adults. If they can't get over this, it's their problem. You guys all have a good evening. Thank you. And man, what a great time. You'll see me around if you want to or not.